Hello friends, this is Cold Run. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We are here in the Meri's Mayhain, which is a section of Razathan, to continue with the main story quest. Before we start though, I thought it'd be fun to see what minion I get today. Minion roulette we're gonna do. Oh, we got Cute Justice. Excellent. I very rarely have, before this expansion, I've very rarely looked at, like, triple triad descriptions and minion descriptions and that sort of thing, and so I figured this would be a good digestible way to start seeing some of these. Cute Justice, lovingly crafted by an ex-Illuminati scientist now in the employ of the Garland Iron Works. Which Illuminati scientist is now in the employ of the Garland Iron Works? I forgot about that plot twist. This colorful toy version of Brute Justice is composed of multiple pieces cast in solid zinc so that it may stand up against even the most rambunctious of children. It's obedient. Of course it would be. It's lawful good. Where'd it go? Anyway, Malil. Welcome. When the Satrap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise, to say the least. So, the last we left off with the main story quest, we had been invited here, and I had just been I had been introduced to the role quests. By the way, I heard all about Kalzal from your friend Grahatia. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant us no harm. And I also know now that Kalzal is a blasphemy, but most of the enemies that transform into just regular beasts are not blasphemies, so I definitely appreciate the clarification on that, Rack. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drink tonight are Meri's treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with? Piping hot mug of chai, finest local spirits of water. No, chai. I'm not passing up chai after how delicious it was. After seeing how delicious it was. As you wish. Pray join your friends, and I will bring you your drink. Alright, what do our friends have to say? Alphino. Forgive me for not wanting to make a toast. My throat was utterly parched. Understandable, after the forest was basically on fire. Estinian. I'm overdue for a good meal. Thancred. The threat has been quelled, but our job's only just begun. Yeah, you deserve a rest, but there's more to do, but you deserve a rest. Alize. I know I must eat to regain my strength, but between you and me, I don't have much of an appetite. Understandable. Graha. How was your meeting with the Radiant? I would love to hear more. Yeah, it's in progress. We are... Oh, didn't mean to jump on the table. Sorry, Ishtola. Ishtola. Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant want with you, pray tell? They wanted me to do a bunch of jobs for them. Across the world. Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Mind sharing the details? I do not mind. Share. That's the sound of sharing details.
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
They do. It hits me now that the little lady's day crown I'm wearing might be a tad inappropriate.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true. As it did in Amarot.
Yeah.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread?
We should.
As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
Oh, I forgot about that side of it. Yeah, you're right.
No one would survive.
I'm just saying the moon is not a bad option. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Here's your order, friend.
Thank you, Malil.
May you find comfort in these dark times.
Thank you. Nothing says may you find comfort in these dark times better like a cup of chai.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing.
Yeah, even in this expansion, Fandaniel was able to take advantage of that by basically stalling us out outside the Tower of Babel.
We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something? Anything we've overlooked?
My guess is that it's at this point that we see what's up in the lower levels of Labyrinthos.
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate.
I think it's closer to cannot speak. But there's also something I almost forgot about, just based on the pace of which I'm playing, is I was watching someone who just got to the moon, because it's fun to see people react to Zodiark, to the Zodiark fight. And after you beat Zodiark, you get that vision of the world blackening and someone's voice, like calling out, like it was kind of a mwahaha voice, like in that last sort of thing. It was a woman. It was what I at least think might be a woman's voice. But I'm still no closer to understanding what that is.
Even the flower she gave us is no more.
Yeah. Yeah. In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name. Thank you, Watcher Memory. Oh, did Kukushu have an idea? I don't know what the idea is.
So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
Elpis. Nothing's coming to mind right now. Urian J might know, if anyone. Maybe we check back with him on the moon?
It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Anidar. I was always calling it Anidar. Anidar.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
We could ask the Watcher, but yeah, I don't think the Watcher will... I mean, the Watcher's library was probably chock full of that sort of shit. What are you thinking, Graha?
Such, but not quite dead.
What? Who's not alive but not quite dead?
Elidibus.
You want to go back to the first? Because he's like fused with the tower right now, right? But I thought his absence...
I sealed him in the white auricite of the Crystal Tower back on the first.
Yeah, but I did thought it was less being sealed and more using the white auricite to just destroy his essence.
Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there.
That's not a solution I saw as possible.
I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
Also, listen to that Shadowbringers music coming up. It's worth a try. It would be an opportunity to look in on the others as well, if there's truly another way. Yeah, it would be an opportunity to look in on the others as well. I mean, I don't know what we can warn them, I guess, a little bit, but I don't know. I really thought he was just... I'm sure I must have misunderstood it, but before Graha said this, I had really assumed that the auricite destroyed him the way that it destroyed La Habrea. It'd be an opportunity to look on the others.
Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If
I'll give him
nothing
your
else,
best.
Should we learn the first is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least.
And even if we gave them a warning, I don't know that they have no moon to the first that's going to have full of, like, first rabbits.
Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure. should it come to it.
Agreed.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
He's not fighting you on that, Alize.
Indeed. To the last.
Oh,
Let
you
us all do what we can.
She was being enthusiastic. She wasn't taking him as... She wasn't trying to refute anything he
I
said.
will
She was
consult
just...
with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
Return to the anti-tower, maybe?
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Listen to this music. This is the everyone has their next step music.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
The 12-year-old in me laughed at that. He said breast. Hee hee. God.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
Still, by the way, one of the greatest pieces of Final Fantasy music is You Are Not Alone from Final Fantasy IX. For me, at least.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation. Yes, so much left for you to see.
When the hell is he going to come back into this picture?
Where beginning ends, and end begins.
I mean, there's another possibility with him, though. He could be... Emmett Selk, I mean. Emmett Selk or Hades could be there just as a fourth wall breaking narrator. I kind of doubt they'll do that, though. Even most of the time the narration in this game has been diegetic, like the Heavensward narration was from a book that was written in game. So I think that Emmett Selk will come back at some point. I just have no idea how. Graha. Nothing like a feast to lift the spirits. I trust you enjoyed yourself as well. As much as I can in these troubled times. Y'shtola. If the form has truly been spurred to action by Hydaelyn's prophecy, then is it not odd that the anti-tower was entrusted to Matoya, who bears them no love? I guess. I mean, whether she bears them love or not, she probably has ridiculous amounts of magical power and wisdom, so... Yeah. No doubt she has a reason for this, and I would know what it is. Estinian. Beasts and blasphemies may be running amok in nearby lands outside the influence of Radzat Han and the Alliance. If so, I may need to go hunting. So maybe we'll see him in one of our little role quests. Like the physical DPS role quest or something. Alize. Ah! Oh, that was a stretch. Ah! Well, I suppose I do feel better on an empty stomach after all. Burning skies, blasphemies? Not if I've got anything to say about it. You're full of what my grandfather would call piss and vinegar. Alphino. The final days. How far has the phenomenon spread, and how does it manifest in each land? I must reach out to my friends in each nation and find out all I can. Yeah, again, there's really no, it's weird. We're not working against a single big bad. The Empire is not the one fighting us. At least not a single big bad that's revealed themselves yet. It's not like we're fighting the Empire right now. Xenos is kind of in the background doing his own thing, but he's not. He's a side thing at this point. He's not the cause of the apocalypse right now. Or at least he's not the one orchestrating it at the moment. It's not like... the dragons or Nidhogg in Heavensward. This is really a new feeling. Everyone's kind of looking for what to do. Thancred. Now then, is there anything we've forgotten to mention? Are your arms and armor in good order? Yeah, I think everything is at least above 30% repair. 30% durability, at least that. In that case, it's time we attended to our tasks. And when you arrive on the first, give my regards to Reen. Tell her I miss her. I absolutely will. Achievement unlocked. Oh, higher. I'm checking this just because sometimes these have little rewards with them. Ooh, I did get a reward. Oh, and I got another reward. I got the Heavensward Y'shtola card, which I Didn't notice. How do I claim that? Yeah. Neat. Was that always an option? I like this way better than having to go to the friggin' guy in Gridania, which I would always forget to do. Alright, Vritra's Valiant. Was this a title? Yeah. Alright, first let's check out Heaven's Word Ishtola. Oh, look at her. She's so young. I mean, she's not young, but this is when she first lost her sight. Heaven's Word Ishtola. If the Ascians will go to any lengths to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Okay. And let me change my title. I wish that... Okay, so I'm changing to Vritra's Valiant. I wish that there were a way to change these, to sort these by date acquired, so that you could see the newest achievements you've gotten first. Anyway, we're now Vritra's Valiant. Graha. Return to the Crystarium. Graha has something... Tia has something he wishes to give you. Take this, Kakushu. My spirit vessel. Oh, he's giving me my spirit vessel. I thought that was like a pet name. Kakushu, my little spirit vessel. Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower's systems in the umbilicus. If even the smallest fragment of Elidibus's essence remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for access to the umbilicus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are she still stands watch at the Extensor Gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I'm living my life to the fullest, that I am happy, hardships and all. I will. Well, we'd best be on our respective ways. God's willing, we'll see each other again ere long. God's willing. Fallout. Avengers Fallout. Here we are at the Extensor Gate. Lena. Good to see you again. Kakushu, you have returned. No, I'm not going to do that accent. I'm trying not to do any accents, beyond the occasional British lilt. Have you been well, you and the others? As well as can be. We've no shortage of trouble, but we're well enough. Yeah, as well as can be. By the way, the world's about to end. Just quick FYI. Full glad am I to hear that. I trust my lord is enjoying himself. He is. He misses you, though. I really believe he does. He said this to you. These exact words. Oh, to know that he is happy. It fills my heart with joy. Thank you, Kakushu, for taking care of him. When next you see him, please tell him not to overexert himself. Futile a request though it is. Yeah, it's pretty futile. And tell him that all is well here. For now. The peace you have gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages over how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of a mind that the Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. However, are there people who want like a monarchy or something? Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our lord. No one could. Okay, good. It's probably not a great long-term sustainable solution anyway. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomena? I sort of imagine her as having kind of a Dr. Evil voice. Phenomena. I don't... Like she has that sort of cadence, but not evil. Or I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah, but she's certainly not evil. Just she shares some vocal patterns with him. No, I cannot say there have been. Curious that you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Reen came and asked the very same. Really? She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. That's not a great sign. She and the other Crystarium youths just hosted a festival, you see. It proved so popular there are already plans for another celebration, one much bigger than the first. Between her preparations for the festival and the restoration of the empty, she struck me as happy and full of life. Is Gaia with her still? So when I saw her in such a state of worry, I couldn't help but feel worried for her in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be much more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? Absolutely. Happy to do so. I mean, not happy, it's not a pleasant circumstance, but you know what I mean. You wish to enter the umbilicus? Very well. I shall fetch the key at once and take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city, in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity. Shall we say, I will be along as soon as I can. Salute to you, Lena. How great is Captain Lena? She's so great. She's super great. Okay, we're here in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and I got a message that I can't skip that this cannot be skipped, so this is going to be a thing. What kind of thing, I don't know, but it's going to be a thing of some sort. I guess this is us looking out. Do my old eyes deceive me? Is that truly Kukushu? Is this Reen? Has Reen arrived? No, it's not Reen. It's,
Oh, it is Becklug. Ha! It is. Full glad am I to see you hale and whole, my friend.
Morin, what a wonderful surprise it is to have you back with us, and at this most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's return. For this project, we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's peoples. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of this tome, but yours would be the one to crown them all, and in the darkness bind them. Becklug.
I've been asked to contribute a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In the subject of that little shake, in the subject of developing the spirit vessel, I gained valuable insights into the travel beyond the rift, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds.
Thumbs up. An enthusiastic Morin. There is no end to the questions I would ask you, but if you can indulge me in just one for now. In your quest to restore the night, you faced many a formidable foe. Among them, who offered you the greatest struggle? Titania, driven mad by light and loneliness. Vothri, who in his misguided self-righteousness. Hades, who bore the burden of his people. This may come as a surprise, but it was truly Momodi. Who's Momodi? Let's go with, I think, so mechanically I think it was Vothri, probably, because Vothri, in that second phase, had that thing where, it was a transition phase, I think, where the Sin Eater kept summoning the corpses of summoning the Sin Eaters to him if you didn't kill them fast enough, and blowing up and giving you vulnerability. That thing just wiped me a bunch of times. But let's go with Hades, because it was Hades. Oh god, everything about Hades was tough for me, just emotionally and morally. Ah yes, Hades, he who sought to resurrect his ancient brethren. He was the final obstacle in your quest to restore the night, your battle in the depths of the tempest, the stuff of epics. Yet, compelling as it is, I worry that mere words wouldn't do justice to that fateful confrontation. Not that we would think to omit it entirely, of course. No, at the very least, we will impress upon readers that it was the climax of your hero's journey. Becklug.
I know you'd love to talk her ear off, Morin, but we really should be on our way. Those documents from Yulmore won't collect themselves.
Morin. Of course. And afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your treatise. Becklug.
Little shake. Till next time, then. Do tell the others to look after themselves. Our overzealous friend in particular. Remind him not to overexert himself. Again and again till his ears fall off, if that's what it takes for him to take it to heart. Goodbye. I love you both. Or Morin I sort of love. I don't really know Morin that well. But Becklug, absolutely I love. Becklug is a big, huggable puppy.
Who's here next? Are we going to see Runar at some point? Is that the Warrior of Darkness? No, it's kiddos. Riki Teal. It's her. It's really her. What are you doing here? Who are you kids? If you're going to battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself. Irewell. Best not, Riki. You'd only give her a stomach ache. Oh, get wrecked. Irewell. We've come to see Morin to get his advice. One of the guard finally agreed to show us how to... Oh, I remember these kids, at least vaguely. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight. But at first, we need to choose a fighting style. Well, I know I want to be a mage. Arkell isn't sure. Magic isn't really my thing. So I was thinking of taking up the axe, or the sword, or maybe the bow. They all seem right, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask Morin. He seems to know about lots of things. No, don't ask Morin. He isn't here. Aw. Oh, okay. Ooh. Riki Teal. Why don't you have the Warrior of Darkness choose for you? What do you think suits Arkell best? Axe, sword, or bow? I think for protecting your friends, the sword, because you already got a mage in the group. So let's go with you can be the tank. Protecting your friends, the sword. The sword? If you took up the sword, you could be just like... Who? Brandon, the Warrior of Light. Oh, I'm so glad Brandon's getting the respect he deserves now. I don't remember the name of the Rogaden in the first. I was about to call them Galka, but I don't know why Final Fantasy XI's been on my mind. But yeah, I'm glad Brandon's getting that respect. I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today. Irewell. It's really popular, though. I hope it's still there. Arkell. Thanks for helping me decide, Warrior of Darkness. I'll start with that style and maybe try something else later on. That's right. This is Final Fantasy XIV. You can swap jobs later. And when I get really strong, I hope to have a bout with you. Bye. Bye, kids. They're so cute. Look at them all. This is a great little just checking in segment. Who's going to come next? I hope I get to see Runar. But Y'shtola didn't give a message for him, so maybe he would be sad. She's been having such fun. Oh, this is oh my god, this is Titania, isn't it? My Snay. No, I'm her Snayak, she's my something. Such fun she's been having, basking in the adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. But does she spare a thought for me? Why, of course not. Where is she up above? I waited, but you won't so much as acknowledge the presence of her beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing our sapling is. Cold and cruel and heartless. Feywild, I need you. No, you gotta go full flattery. Oh, faithful Feywild, loveliest of branches, how I have missed you. If you truly missed me, you should have cried for me at the top of your lungs the instant you arrived. To make up for it, you will call with twice the passion next time. Though for there to be a next time, you've some struggles to overcome. Oh, you've smelled that in the weather in the land, haven't you? So, my adorable sapling, the world is on the verge of destruction, is it? I have to make an exception with the accents for a bad Feywild accent. How do I know this? Joined as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. Oh God, you've been in my head. Would that I could aid in your quest, but the fate of we Fey folk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow. Such is our way. The most I could do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. I'm okay staying alive for now, but thank you for the offer. But if escape's not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. Nod. Ah, but here are the ones you were waiting for. I wonder what manner of conclusion awaits at Tale's End. We'll find out together, because you're going to be watching my every move. You're just sitting there when I'm in the bathroom, you're just sitting there watching. When I wake up and there's drool on my pillow, that you're there. You're just there all the time, aren't you? Lena. My apologies for the delay. Reen. Kakushu, it's so wonderful to see you again. Good to see you too. I hope Gaia's treating you well. Lena. You doubtless have much catching up to do, so I shall leave you to it. I have taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicus, and you may enter at your leisure. That salute almost looks like the Yevon salute, like she's holding an invisible ball. I never noticed the bottom hand there. I always thought it was just kind of her clapping her arm over her chest. Reen. I'm relieved to hear that everyone is well. I've had this feeling like a pit in my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Hydaelyn, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me, a connection to something immense. That's right, we have an Oracle of Light to talk to. Maybe she'll be able to get through to Hydaelyn, even if she never has before. These past few days, though, that connection has wavered, as if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. Yeah, Hydaelyn's not in a great place right now. And then the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had been completely severed. That's scary. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze, like during the star shower. Scary business. But then I blinked, and everything was back to normal. Yeah, this has got to be a vision, right? The next day, no one said a thing. No one had seen what I had seen. As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder, was it a figment of a half-remembered dream? Kakushu, what are you not telling me? Don't panic, but we're all gonna die. I have to know, please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. Okay. The final days are down the well. It's going to be a lot for you to take in. It wasn't my imagination then. The doom we witnessed in Amarot has come again. Yeah, for real this time. I can't believe... I mean, it was real that time. I mean, you were not just seeing a vision of it. Or a recreation. I can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the first. So don't worry about us, please. Look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. I wish there were... It sucks that there's no plan B for you all. No, we'll hold on until we can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in purpose beneath a blazing sky. I'm sorry you have to go through this. Because, like, for all our talk about at least we have a plan B, it really is, even the best case in the best of scenarios, it's a very limited plan B. Since it only works for the source. Manganese Rapier. This is the first time I'm replacing my relic weapon from the last expansion for now. Slick. Nice guard, nice bell on it. What about this thing in the back? Yeah, simple. Latticed. Reen. Hope upon a flower. Reen wears a look of steely resolve. You're headed to the Umbilicus to consult with Elidibus, right? I'll do some consulting of my own and speak with Lena, decide how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's farewell for now, but we'll see each other again. I'm certain of it. Hopefully before the afterlife. Almost forgot to talk to you. We lived through the Flood and the tyranny of the Light Wardens. We're survivors. Do what you need to do, and know that we will too. I know you are. Entering the ocular here. Yeah, the ghosts of memories. The squad. The Shadowbringer squad. What a great legendary expansion this was. The site of more Urianger secrets right here.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business. Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity.
Is he even going to be here? Are we just going to get wisps of him?
Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
He's really just Data at this point, isn't he? Oh.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream. Oh.
How are you doing, friend? Just seeing him just makes me sad. Just, oh.
You. Why have you awakened me?
So you're still conscious, you're still sentient.
I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all.
What a great voice actor this guy has. Yeah, you got a lot to catch up on.
So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star.
This has got to hurt for him, even just in terms of his role, because he was like the keeper of balance, and we're like, nope, we killed Zodiac, and now we're triggered the apocalypse.
The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill.
To counterbalance it?
Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Such knowledge as I have, I will share.
Lay it on me. Thank you.
I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done.
I meant a more general thank you, not like for me.
Where to begin? Ah, the end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own.
Okay.
The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes. A conclusion drawn by him. Fandaniel.
So where the currents were weakest.
Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him.
Ah,
long ago.
So I'm still not sure if that's the pre-Amon Fandaniel.
Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days.
Okay, so this is very pre-Amon.
And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation. so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes. The name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place.
Oh?
A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world.
Really? Okay.
Many worked there. And before joining the convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes.
Hermes. Okay. Because of the messenger god, right? I mean, Greek mythology, anyway.
Is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction.
It was probably not seen as super relevant.
Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived.
Are you getting echoed?
Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis.
Right, because I am the 14th. I'm Azem, right? You probably saw Azem there?
No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility.
A trace of impossibility? Are you sure it's not just Azem?
It fills my heart.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that might have the same look, Kakushu.
My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course.
What do you got?
You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief.
We're time traveling? Yeah, again, Kakushu shares my look.
The Exarch's memories. Not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy.
So you're going to expend your energy to warp me back there, but are we going to be without a tower then in the first?
As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment.
Oh, no, not necessarily, because he can use the tower to send me there without the tower itself teleporting. Okay, never mind.
Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned.
So I'll be a little kind of a floating glowy speck. Something like that.
None will be able to see or hear you.
That's okay. I just need information, not to have an impact.
Even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change.
Okay, so it's not like a butterfly effect thing where if I catch someone's eyelash, then I'll come back and it'll be like a nuclear holocaust or something. It'll be this is more like the 19 what was that Stephen King book about the Kennedy assassination, but it's one of those types of timelines where time will fight you hard to keep it as it was.
For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come.
So maybe he's saying more like you should not cannot.
In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey?
Yes. It's a tough choice for Kakushu, but it's an easy choice for me as the player.
Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act.
Dedicated until the end. What a great character Elidibus ended up being.
You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic.
Rest in peace, friend. You deserve some rest. You've had a long... you've had a long journey.
Open. Return at once to the ocular.
I don't know what this is going to be like.
All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act?
Oh, no, I'm not surprised. I guess Kakushu is, but no, you were pretty clear about this.
Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here.
Because they were admitted to basically being tempered. I mean, I seem to remember Emmett Selk at least admitting that they were tempered. God, it's like his... It's almost like Elidibus here is... He has almost sort of has the same feel as the clone did. As the clone in the Magical Roll DPS quest, where he comes up and just his entire purpose is just gone.
The ones I love and long to see again are waiting. In that promised land. Beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go and do not look back.
We were enemies, but God, what a good character. I appreciate you, Elidibus.
Well, Hydaelyn, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us.
Yours is the mantle of the last of us.
The joy of it. The burden and the solitude.
I wonder if when he said Hydaelyn there, he meant the planet. The star.
You and your champion.
No, he meant the Hydaelyn herself.
To save our star.
In the end, our goals really did converge, didn't they? Okay. Right back to the beginning of Shadowbringers we're going. I mean, we're not going there, but that same sort of travel. Swimming in memories in space. Or swimming in aspects of time, at least. I'm glad I velcroed the crown to my head. We're actually going to see... Yeah. This is the place itself. Look at that! They're actually humanoid. They didn't have those gray, like alien features. I didn't expect that. I thought that was just how they actually looked. But no, they're humanoid with masks. Wow. Okay. I'm going to call it for here because I have to log off, but thank you for watching. That's going to be it for me for now. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.